Why is there a lack of coordination? Why is there a lack of alignment? Why is there a lack of mobilizing the expertise that's required to turn the situation around? Why is there a lack of political will to root out criminality? Why is there a lack of intelligence at ESCOM to finger those people that are responsible for these criminal activities? Do you really need a state of disaster?
As the experts ponder over government's inability to deal with load shedding and whether the energy crisis qualifies to be declared a national disaster, the risk load shedding has on human rights is the biggest concern.
We have been violated so badly by being denied energy provision by government. This is a constitutional right because many people have died when they were in hospitals because of the failure of electricity. Many small businesses collapsed.
Experts say the power crisis that has plunged the country into darkness is man-made and not an act of God. They blame government's incompetence and lack of political will to effectively deal with the crisis. But the experts say although the electricity crisis is dire, it does not qualify to be declared a national disaster. They say there's enough existing legislation to resolve the matter.
I don't believe this is a state of disaster. The question whether a state of disaster would sort out a lot of issues, obviously it would. That is why we have emergency law. Is it the right legal instrument to use at this stage? I don't believe so, because in our democracy it creates a precedent that is something that I don't think we want to see going into the future, and we find ourselves in a situation where we're governed by disasters.
Organisation Undoing Tax Abuse is worried about corruption. OUTA says following the PPE corruption during the COVID-19 state of disaster, state funds could again be stolen.
Do we have the trust that we will have tenders that's in the best interest of South Africa, not certain people's pockets, that we will spend the amount of money that is market related and not totally out of the sphere of what you pay, for example, masks? We heard horror stories during PPE corruption.
Agri-SA is concerned that this might further compromise food security and economic growth.
There's no reason for a state of disaster at this point in time. ESCOM must be empowered, a conducive policy environment must be created for ESCOM to do its work, and then priority should be given to the agricultural sector. And I'm not discounting the role of other sectors, economic sectors. But people, if we go without food in this country, if food becomes too expensive, then we're in serious trouble as a nation.
The group also warned against constitutional rights that might be limited like during the COVID-19 lockdown. Meanwhile, OUTA has confirmed that they will take government to court if a state of disaster is declared in response to the energy crisis. Patricia Fasagi, SABC News in Pretoria.